Hello guys, happy Saturday. I hope we're having a good start to our weekend. So, today I'm going to talk about IOTA, that wonderful coin that we all love, the internet of all things. And I've been doing a little bit of research, just a little mind, with regards to IOTA, and I've come up with I believe, some fairly good stuff. Maybe slightly speculative, but I believe, it's connecting the dots, because this is what I'm all about, connecting the dots. I wouldn't say I'm massively into the technical analysis of how, how the candles and everything else work on there. But I understand the basics, and I understand how to trade. But I don't think I'd feel comfortable sitting here going through charts, partly because there are people out there that are way much better than me. But what I am good at is looking at the macroeconomics. What I like to look at is some of the psychology behind that, because I think that's important, especially with what's going on in the world with regards to the economies. And when we look at the US and what's going on currently over there, whoa, blimey, you know what I mean? Massive amount of issues with regards to the dollar. And whether or not we're going to see the Saudis depeg from the petrodollar. If that happens, we're going to see a massive drop. You only have to look at the DXY to see that. So let me go straight ahead with regards to what I found out. So we all know that as you can see at the moment, what I'm going to talk about is the battery regulation and what we're hearing from the World Economic Forum and how they're pushing forward with regards to the battery passport. So the battery passport, as I hear, is the Circular is already working with its partners on developing a battery passport to track the full lifestyle of a battery. And the key word here is track. So what are they actually going to track? So having a look here, the battery passport is widely understood as a digital system that stores relevant battery data along the entire battery cycle. So another key word there is data. So what data are they going to be accumulating? Now, some people might look at this, and associate that with the World Economic Forum and think, are they watching us? They're going to be using that data. Now, we've got to ask the question where that data is going to be processed. Now, this got me thinking. I thought, well, you think of IOTA as a processing system that stores data. So this got me thinking and doing a little bit of digging as such. So, but first of all, if you look here, just to prove, and we look at the World Economic Forum and why we need the battery passports and the speakers at the WF, and you can sort of watch the video as well. I'll provide the link below so that you can obviously do your own homework. But batteries power the energy transition to a sustainable future, but require critical minerals, the extraction of which comes with environmental and human rights risk, including child labour. Now, there's been a lot of news about how these are mined and everything else, and I've seen some terrible videos. It's awful. The environmental stuff is obviously debatable, whether or not you feed into that, but could it be used as a disguise to push forward on what we know is going to become the new digital revolution? And you can have a listen to this session up here. I've listened to a bit of it, not all of it, but it's not really my remit, but as you can see there, it's all fully available. So let's move on to the next thing. So I went through IOTA's website and looked at some of their blogs, which is quite useful. So if you get a bit of an opportunity to do so, I would. Where they talk about some of the future things that they're doing or stuff that they're currently working on. By the way, they are working on loads. And this is why I'm so bullish on IOTA, because the Internet of all things is essentially, when we think of the 15-minute cities, we think of all the gadgets that are linked up, smart roads, everything. Now, that at the forefront of that, they have to process all that data. And who, I guess, are they going to go to? The ISO 20022 IOTA. Of course they are. Why wouldn't they? They're part of that system. And so I scrolled through and I was just looking to see what was available and looking at some of the projects that they're currently looking at. And I came up with some really important information actually, that made me think, oh, okay, what's all this about? And it was here that I read, where the European Commission, European Blockchain Services Infrastructure, block-ended 2022 with IOTA being accepted to Phase 2 at the start of the year, and Phase 2B in December 2022, which has just recently passed us. And key to our success in Phase 2A was our work with Digital Product Passports, DPP, for the circular economy applied to consumer electrics and electric vehicle batteries. So, come on, if you're not connecting the dots on that one, then you're missing a few things. So, when you look at that, they are in the process of working with these major corporations and these countries, and they're obviously in cahoots with the World Economic Forum, because they are the people that are going to be pushing all the process data. They're going to be storing all that data, which to me says a lot. I don't know what that means to you, whether it's speculation or not, but they're working on this. So in Phase 2B, we intend to complete field testing of the IOTA Stardust solution, including smart contracts and tokenization, and extend and field test the DPP and the Internet of All Things user cases, and test interoperability and the ESB 1.0. Now, to me, sounds to me they are a big part of these battery passports, and a big part of the new phase of the digital revolution. Now, you can believe what you want, but effectively this is about looking at the information that we've been provided and closing those gaps, and that's exactly what I've tried to do here. And for me, IOTA is one of those sleeping giants that will eventually have a big run. It's obvious, like with a lot of the ISO 222 coins, there's so much going on behind the scenes that if you just go looking for it, you'll find it. And this is about doing your own due diligence, doing your own research, because you can listen to people like myself and other people that are producing. They've done their own research. I mean, I listen to other YouTubers because I find them quite interesting. And obviously, finding different opinions and being able to decipher what is real and what's not. And that's how I do it. And that's how I go looking for other stuff, and I can use that information and with my own and find a balance on that. It's called meta-analysis, and that's how I approach everything I do. It's like listening to mainstream news occasionally, but also looking at the other side of the news, which some people would think was conspiracy theory, but drawing a judgment. And that's how we look at stuff, especially in psychology. Take it as you will. I'm going to bring this video to an end because I don't want to go on too long, but something for you to go away with and maybe do your own research on. But I thank you for listening. So please subscribe, comment, share, whatever you would like to do. I'd appreciate it. Get these messages out there, because I want other people to get in on this. I want other people to have the understanding that you've got, because I'm assuming you got the understanding because you're listening to this video. So that information is pretty crucial, if you ask me. So all the best, have a great weekend, and maybe see you tomorrow. Cheers, bye.